Good morning. Out here checking the bees today to see how they're doing. The one on the left has a honey super on it, so we're going to see how much honey is capped at this point. The other one has been bearding a lot outside, indicating that they might need a little more airflow. So I added a third box to the top of it. Those are called deep boxes. So I'm going to check those to see how they're doing and if they're using that space that I recently added. Stay tuned. Okay. So here is inside the honey super. Just opened. The one that I've been working on some honey. You can see I've just smoked them down. They're down on the comb now. And you can see that there's a lot of comb in there built out, and especially in the center. And so my goal today is to see, they started in the center building out. And so I want to see how much of it is capped, indicating that the honey in those cells is ready. The nectar has been evaporated to a point that it is now honey. So I'm wanting to see how much of it is capped and how far out they've built on the sides. This one over here, second to the last, you can see I'm very hopeful there. It looks like they've really been building that one out. So we'll see. Okay, so this is there was no honey on the outer frame at all. They might have started building out some comb just a little bit right there where you see that little hump, which is good, but no honey captured on that one yet. This is the really interesting one. This is second to the edge. You can see right there where you see that little lump. That's comb that they're developing right now. But over here, they have fully developed comb in the center, and they are storing nectar. They're also protecting it right now. The nectar still has a lot of water in it. During the day, they work to evaporate that. They'll fill it to the point that it needs to be filled. Then they will work on flapping their wings and evaporating it until it's honey, at which time they will cap it. So I'm going to turn this over. So on this side, which is toward the outermost part of the hive, you have this. And as I turn it over here, try to capture this, you'll see that they still haven't built out to the very edge, but what they do have is completely capped honey on the other side. So that's super exciting. Very excited about this. Okay. Okay, so this is the hive that had 3 deeps on it. I opened it up and smoked them down, and that's the lid there. This was a top box, and while there are a lot of bees in there, there's nothing happening on the frames. So they may just be using it. I'm still a new beekeeper, so everything is learning for me, but they're in there, they're just hanging out on those empty frames and maybe just using it as sort of air conditioning, an extra airflow box for airflow. Now, this is second box down. I've just smoked these guys, and you can see here, I split this off of this hive last spring. So what I did was I selected some frames. You can see the old frames are here. These are some of the new frames, but I selected some frames from the old hive to come over and created sort of a new nucleus for this hive. So I'm curious to see what they've done and if there is brood. There is a lot of brood. I can see lots of really fuzzy bees. So that means there's a lot of new brood, but I want to see what's happening on those newer frames to see what they've done with those. So stay tuned. Okay. So I've opened this up. I've taken one of the newer frames out, and I wanted you to see that they have it almost completely, this one is almost completely capped with honey and some nectar over here that they're drying. So this will be stores for winter. We don't ever harvest out of these deep boxes. So this will be stores for them for winter. They will basically eat this over the winter and to survive and stay warm. On the other side, I want you to see what they're doing here is they have hive. I'm going to try to get really close here. They have some young, some brood that is in the capped cells, but then they have little babies. Oops. The little babies are down here. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. 1 second. I have a hard time with my gloves. There are, maybe you can see them right there. They're little, look like little C's down in there. Those are little, basically like baby bees. They start as a tiny little egg and they will develop and be fed by these bees until they're ready. They're big enough to be capped, the cell to be capped. And what they do is they stuff some more food in there for them, and then they let them go ahead and pupate. And then they will chew their way out and be fuzzy, cute little fuzzy baby bees when they come out. Very cool. Good to see this.